Simply Posh is coming out with a new palette. This is called Black Cherry, and this palette will be available on September 19th. Let's swatch and talk about it and do a couple of looks. I do have a discount affiliate code, so I'm going to go ahead and pop it up on the screen now. This palette is similar to the format of some of their others, where you get 2 rows of mattes, so a total of 12 mattes and 6 shimmers. I think this is a really pretty color story. I think the main things that I would change by way of mattes is that it would have been really nice to have a deep, almost maroon, and an extra couple of tones of green mattes. The shimmers in here are very sparkly. They don't feel emollient or wet to the touch. I think most of the shimmers are duochromes with the exception of 1 or 2 that I think are multichromes. Here is what the first 3 shimmers look like swatched on the back of my hand. And here is what the second set of shimmers look like swatched on my fingertips and then swatched on the back of my hand. And I will show these shimmers in a different lighting as well. I really like this last green shimmer. I think it was a great addition to the color story. Here is what the whole palette looks like swatched on my arm. In the pan, I thought that the deepest matte was a blackened green, but when I swatched it out, it looks more like a true black. And here is what the palette looks like swatched in a different lighting, just so that you can see the shifts a little bit better. I think you can see that the purple shimmer in this lighting does have a green shift. I think that's a multichrome. And these are the 2 looks I created using many of the shades. Starting off with the shade Crush on the inner third of the lid, then going in with this more pinky tone matte called Fresh Pick. Then I used the sage green matte called Dessert in the outer portion of the lid. I also put those same mattes on the lower lash line. For my shimmer shade, I used the very shifty duochrome Very Cherry all over the lid. This is the first completed look. I wanted the first one to be a bit softer. For the second look, I'm starting off with Burst, putting it on the inner portion of the lid. Then going in with the brown matte called Luscious and deepening up the outer corner. Adding Cherry Bomb to deepen it up even further. And adding some smokiness with the shade Black Cherry. I used some lighter mattes to soften the blend, and I repeated this process on the lower lash line. For my shimmers, I started off with the multichrome Luscious and put it all over the lid. Then I layered that really pretty green shimmer called Bite over the outer portion of the lid. And here is the second completed look, a little bit deeper and more dramatic. And here is both completed looks. Since I've had a chance to play around with this palette a little bit, I am definitely excited to use it a bit more. I told you a couple of things that I would change, but in general, I'm very excited and inspired by the palette. Let me know what you think in the comments. I hope you found this video helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.